Mawlana Shafi Thani rahmatullahi alayhi, he mentions a story about himself. So he says that once he went somewhere in the summer, so it's quite hot. So nowadays we have air condition, or we have the electric fans. So the electric fans, they blow themselves. You may have seen old pictures from the Victorian times. You used to have the hand fans, like the Chinese fans. Have you seen those? Or sometimes you have bigger fans. It's like you have a way of doing it. You just do it slowly, but when it's very big, then it gives a lot of wind. So Mawlana Shafi Thani rahmatullah alayhi, he was the guest somewhere. So it's a skill, like how far you go, how close you go, how fast you do. If you do too fast and it's too much wind comes out, everything starts blowing away. So he says that one person, he didn't know how to do it, but he thought, a sheikh has come, Maulana has come, so we want to serve him. I want to serve him. So the normal person who does the fan, he knows how to do it. This person wasn't aware of how to do it properly. Yes, so he was doing it, and sometimes he gets too far away, so the wind is not coming properly. And sometimes he's not paying attention, he's not doing it properly, so the fan comes and hits him on his face. So obviously he's a guest, so he said, I felt a bit embarrassing that, if you don't know how to do it, please leave it, but I just stayed quiet. But when a person is attached to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like each time you do muhasabah of yourself. So he goes out with the guys, like sometimes when the fan is hitting me in my face and my beard, and I was just thinking, but then that same very time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put a thought in my mind. Because this person, he thinks he's doing a favor, that he's doing the fan. When in reality, he's not doing me a favor. What's he doing? He's hitting me in my face. So he goes, similarly, Allah put that thought in my mind at that time, that when we do the ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we let that very person shaking the fan. We think that I'm doing ibadah. But in reality, the way we're doing it is very poor. And that's why we hope from Allah's infinite mercy that He will accept it. But in reality, our ibadat are nowhere near being worthy of accepting. We just think, I'm doing lots of ibadah, the fan. I'm doing a really good job. I'm giving lots of wind. But if you look, it's our salah in accordance with the sunnah. It's our attention in salah. When we recite the Quran, are we reciting the Quran fulfilling the rights of the Quran? Are we acting from the Quran? Somebody asked me a question a couple of days ago. They said that I read salah ala nabi, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we call Durood Sharif. But I do most of it whilst I'm walking. Now I feel that this is disrespectful, that I'm not reading the salat and salam the way it should be read. Because salat should be read in a really good way. You're saying salat ala nabi, not just walking in the car, driving. So my mind is that I'm a bit doubtful regarding this salat ala nabi. So the answer that came to my mind was that it's a very good thought, but let's break it down a bit. It's a very good thought, meaning that when you recite salat ala nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you should have so much attention and so much adab that yes, it shouldn't be like this. But so what we do is let's just give a scale. Let's say, for example, when you're walking around saying sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, let's say that's level 1. Yes? And let's say the best you can do is you have a bath, you put on new clothes, you put itar on, you sit facing the qibla, then you say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallayta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka hamidun majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka hamidun majid. The full long sigha. We get that a grade, let's say 10. Yes? But the right of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, what grade is that going to be? That's probably like 1,000, 100,000. So in the grand scheme of things, even if you do that much, every day you take a bath, you spend half an hour, you read salat properly, even then you're not fulfilling the rights of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam salutations. So even if you were to say, well, I'm going to do it differently, you still won't fulfill the rights of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But what you do is, you continue, and a thought like this comes that, I'm not doing ibadah properly, should I leave it? There's two ways. I mean, the thought comes to, I'm not doing ibadah properly. So first of all, the first point is, we should always remember that our ibadah is not even worthy of being accepted. Yes? Those of you from the morning class, you know that in Bab Tafa'ul, what's taqabbal, which Bab is taqabbal? You're like, oh no, this is Ramadan, I want holiday, I don't want to have my sarf. Which Bab is taqabbal? Rabbana taqabbal minna. Which Bab is that? Bab Tafa'ul. So you'll do in Sughra fi Tasrif, that taqabbala, Bab Tafa'ul, has one meaning of takalluf, meaning you pretend to do something. It's not really like you're doing it. So for example, you would say here, for example, tasabbara. So you do sabr, like it's not, you don't feel like doing sabr, but you just go out of your way to do tasabbar. Yes? When you say, I'm not feeling well. If you're really sick, say marida. Yes? If you're pretending to be sick, you want to sky, what do you say? Tamarrada, he's pretending to be sick, he's acting sick. Yes, it's a bit more exaggeration. So we don't say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allahumma qabbal minna. You say, Allahumma taqabbal minna, meaning, what Sayyidina Ibrahim make dua, that our a'mal are not worthy of being accepted, but Allah, you go out of your way and accept it. This is how we pretend, we go out of our way and act sick. So you go out of our way and accept our amal. So really our a'mal are not worthy of acceptance, number one. But number two, even if we think that our a'mal are not worthy of acceptance, never leave them. If that thought comes to you, my amal is not good enough, what that should do is make you do more amal, not less. If it makes you do less amal, that means shaitan is trying to trick you now. That's from shaitan. He's trying to say, oh, my amal is not good enough, so therefore leave it. If your penalties are not good, what do you do in football? If you're a striker, you're not good at penalties, what do? You leave it, you want to practice more and get better at it. You say, well, I want to get more goals, isn't it? So I practice penalty kicks more and get better at it. You don't leave it. Yes? So similarly, that's a trick from shaitan. That if something is, you say my ibadah is very poor, my tilawah is poor, I can't concentrate, I don't read it properly. So that's a very good thought, that yes, you're understanding the reality that my ibadah is not good enough, then you don't leave it, that's from shaitan. If it's from Rahman's thought, Allah's thought, it means, okay, it's very poor, let me get better. You understand? So never leave an amal thinking it's very poor. Even though we know it's very poor, we just try and continue doing it and we make Allah that wallah. Ma abadnaq haqqa ibadati. You pray 20 rakats tarawih, you haven't done anything. You haven't even worship with in any way whatsoever. Yes. So we keep this thing in mind. Number one is remember that our amal is very, very poor quality. Just like the guy doing the fan. We don't know how to do the fan. We're just whacking him all over the place. Our salah, our tilawah, it's very poor quality. But we keep doing it and we make dua to Allah to accept it. And never leave the amal because of that thought. You carry on doing it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us ability to accept on this. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.